Доброго дня, друзі! Сьогодні у нас в гостях Домінік Гашек. Це чеський хокеїст, який на сьогоднішній день, з тих відео, що я передивився за минулі роки, на мою думку, є найкращим воротарем.
And the Vezda trophy goes to Dominik Hasek.
Dominik Hasek.
Dominik Hasek.
Dominik Hasek.
Dominik Hasek. Dominik Hasek.
And a chance now for Getzlaff moving in. Oh, what a save, Hasek! The crowd still buzzing on that one.
Ross getting it in front. A backhand in front. Hasek with the miraculous.
І сьогодні ми хочемо у нього запитати, що він думає про сьогоднішню ситуацію, яка склалася в Україні, і все, що він зможе прокоментувати на цю тему, тому що він дуже багато побачив, він грав за різні клуби світу. І, власне, пан Домінік зараз нам все розповість. День добрий.
Hello, здравствуй, dobrý den.
Я буду вам
Я
задавати...
буду говорить по-чешски, по-русски, по-английски. Увидим. We will see how it goes.
Пане Доминику, я знаю, что вы закончили играть в хоккей в 2011 году.
That's right.
Как это случилось и почему в 2011? Я знаю, что вы возвращались, но ненадолго.
Должно сказать, I want to say that at 2011 I was 46 years old. And I stopped my hockey career twice. In 2002, after we won the first cup with Detroit Red Wings, and the second time in 2008 when we won again the Stanley Cup and again with Detroit Red Wings. And after 1 year not playing hockey, I felt like maybe I can still play and do something for the team. So in 2009, the manager of our team in Pardubice, where I am from, came and offered me the contract. I had a great season in Czech. Then I have one more season in Russia. I play for Spartak Moscow, good team with a big history, with the great players like, for example, Starshinov, Olympic winner, Yakushev, such a great players. Anyway, I played there 1 year. I had good season, but I was 46 years old, and I felt like this is enough, and I decided to retire.
Когда вы играли в «Спартаке», вот этот год,
Да.
как они относились к вам, и было ли хорошо?
Там было все хорошо. I want to say that to play for Spartak Moscow, it was very special experience for me. I played in very good league. KHL, let's say that true. KHL, it's not the NHL. NHL is the best league in the world by far. KHL was maybe the best league in Europe. And it was good experience to play on this team. We made it to the playoffs. We lost in the playoffs. However, I was pleased with my performance. Could I do better? Of course, you always can do a little bit better. And talking about the people, no, everybody was younger in the locker room, but I have good relationship with all the players, you know. And maybe later we come what is going on right now. But I have to say, in 2010, 2011, when I played for Spartak Moscow, I never believed what is going to happen in 2014 and 2024 and what the life gonna be like in Russia and in Ukraine. And I have to repeat, it was a very good experience to understand more Russian people. And like I say, to play 1 year in Russia, I am glad I've done it, but 1 year it was enough for me.
Вот за то время, когда вот первая война началась в 2014 году, вот заметили ли вы какое-то изменение в игроках, которые имели русское гражданство? Изменилось ли их отношение вообще?
I have to say that I am not in contact with any Russian players anymore. And this is different to be part of the team and it's different to be part of the huge country like Russia with the leadership of Mr. Putin and these people, you know. And I had good friends, you know, like especially in Detroit. You know, I spent 4 years in Detroit, like Igor Larionov and Sergei Fedorov. Who else was there? Pavel Datsuk. They were good guys, you know, but they were part of the team in the United States. So it was completely different situation. Unfortunately, as a country, what they're doing right now is a terrible thing, and their leaders, they are criminals, and we can talk about it. You know, I don't know if you want to talk more about hockey or about today Russia. However, I completely oppose what is going on right now in Russia and the way what they're doing to the free country, to the democratic country of Ukraine and their people. It's a crime, and they have to be punished for it. I don't want to say average people. I don't want to punish average people in Russia. Many of them, they are good people, but their leadership, especially Mr. Putin, he has to go to court to Hague, and he has to be sued.
За это все время вы, можно эту информацию найти в интернете, постоянно выступаете против того, чтобы русские поддерживали войну. То есть вы говорите в интервью...
Я не понимаю, русские поддержали войну.
Ну, это значит, что они не хотят подтвердить то, что Россия напала на Украину.
No, it's completely wrong. We know, and everybody in the democratic world know, that Russia the Russia started a war, offensive imperialistic war, and it's a war. It's nothing else, nothing more, nothing less than the war. Russia attacked Ukraine, and they killing people over there. I have to repeat it. Russian start war at the Ukraine, and they killing people over there, and they have to be punished. You know, there is not such a little excuse for what they doing to Ukrainian people. I'm 100% behind Ukraine, and I believe I'll do anything in my power to help Ukrainian people to win and get back all their territories. And of course, their territories is including Peninsula Crime. Am I right? Krim. We say in Czech. We say Krim.
Krim, Donetsk.
Yeah, it's a Ukrainian territory, and the Russian people, Russian army is doing crime over there, and they have to be punished for that.
Вот сейчас уже больше года продолжается война.
Я думаю, это 16-17 months already.
Ну, это вы думаете, что еще будет? Или...
Я не знаю. I am not a general.
Я знаю, что вы не
I am not
стратег.
president of Ukraine. I am not president of Russia. I am not president of United States. But I said from the beginning, it can be very, unfortunately, and I know that people don't want to listen to that, it can be a long war, and I believe the war will not be over until Russian leadership goes to Hague, goes to the court, and will be sued and punished. You know, the war, I believe Ukraine, they're gonna win. I don't know if it's gonna be this year or 5 years from 5 years from now. I know the people in Ukraine don't like to listen to that. It's gonna take maybe a long time. We don't know. I don't have this answer, and I said right from the beginning that I say we because the Czech people, we are completely behind the war. By the way, it's the logo of our country. We have to be prepared for a long war, and I say it right from the beginning. But on the end of the day, we will win, and the Russian leaders have to go to the court.
Но для чего? Вот не все люди просто показывают то, что делаете, например, вы, а некоторые просто вообще стоят в стороне, но они имеют, как бы сказать, власть. То есть что-то изменить могут, но не делают этого.
Каждый человек, every person is different. And I feel, I do what I believe is right. And I think not everyone, there are people who are afraid. And I tell you, many people are afraid that if they say something, maybe in the future can be punished. You know, we have great experience, great means very bad experience with Russian people, with Russian government from 1968 to 1989, maybe 1990, the Russian army was occupying the Czech Republic. So we know what was it like. We know we were punished for our open speaking, and many people are afraid. Am I afraid? Maybe a little bit also, but I believe that if I say what is right, it's very important. It's important for me, it's important for my country of the Czech Republic, and I believe it's important for the whole democratic world. And I want to repeat it. What is Ukrainian people doing? They do it for their country, for the freedom of their country, but they do it also for my country, for us. They saving the rest of the Europe from Russian imperialistic war. And I believe it's right to talk about it and point who is right and who is wrong. I did play hockey for 40 years, and since age of 16 up till 46 professionally. So, and I always said, what is working really well for one goalie doesn't have to work for the other goalie. And I was doing what was the best for me. And on the end of the day, it doesn't matter how, it matters if you stop or you don't stop the puck. So, but I have to say one thing, я должен сказать, что если ты хочешь играть хорошо в хоккей и долго, ты не только, you have to, I say English, you have to love this game. And I love that game, I love to be the goalie. Я любил очень быть вратарем. Как скажешь вратарь по-польски?
Брамкаш.
Brankář. I по-českи также brankář. Czech we say also brankář. Anyway, I love my job and I love to be the person on the ice who my teammates believe in me, that I help them, the organization believe in me, the club, organizations club, and the people, all the fans. And I loved it and I try to do the best, and there is nothing better, I say, when your team wins the game, you are in the net, and then you celebrate or enjoy it together with your teammates. And we had some unbelievable, great success in Pardubice, where I'm from, then in Buffalo. Always my heart has to go to Buffalo. My jersey, not this one, but Buffalo jersey is at the top of the roof at the stadium downtown in Buffalo. And of course in Detroit also. And you know, Olympics 1998 in Nagano, it was the top of my hockey career. These are the things you will never ever forget and you will always remember.
Ну, к сожалению, в Польше не очень любят хоккей настолько, как в Чехии. Даже тут столько нету стадионов. Может, мы когда-то в будущем построим один. Был такой план. Но вот старшие поляки, не все, но старшие вас помнят. Я не знаю откуда, потому что они любят волейбол. Здесь оно называется щаткówka. Щаткówka и стоки нартарские.
Стоки нартарские.
То есть по-русски это лыжи.
Лыжи.
Кататься на снегу.
Бегать на снегу.
Только с трамплина.
Да, понятно. Of course.
Закопаны.
Стох, кубицкий.
Кубацкий.
И еще один очень хороший.
Кубацкий.
Стох, кубацкий, еще один очень хороший. Не помню из
Это мой тесть просто смотрит.
Я знаю, я смотрю также. Это мой любимый спорт. Смотреть по телевизору. Не делать.
Да. Вот. Я заметил, что эти два спорта, волейбол и стоки нартарские, это два спорта, которые любят в Польше. Ну и футбол.
Также...
Это тоже, да.
Также.
Но коронавирус это все немножко поломал. Вот. И в Чехии...
I think it's Speedway, yeah?
В Чехии, например, очень много. В Словакии тоже много стадионов. Как мне говорили просто люди, что в каждом селе, можно сказать, есть. В районе.
В районе, да.
Да, в районе. И изменилось ли отношение людей от 2000-е года, когда у вас, можно сказать, был пик карьеры 94-98?
U mě byl pík v 80 letech, takže...
Ну, был момент, когда вы две награды получили подряд.
Да.
И их, наверное, до вас никому не давали.
Let's say, yes, hockey is sport. I don't want to say sport number one. In summer, I say it's football number one. In winter time, hockey is number one. And, you know, like city where I am from, we average every game like 9,000 people per game. So almost always sold out stadium. And it's a Czech Republic, you know. Canada, let's say that's true. Canada is number one. But then the Czech Republic, the people really love hockey. They are great fans and they are very supportive of the Czech national team. So, in Poland, I know hockey is more like northern sport. This is the good question, why Poland is not. I still remember, you cannot remember, but I still remember when Poland beat Russia in 1976 in the World Cup we are in Krakow today, by the way. Mm-hmm. It was in Katowice. I still remember, I didn't watch on TV, but when I listened to the news in the evening, I said, what? Maybe I listened wrongly, and they said, yes, Poland in the first match of the World Championship beat Russia, I think it was 6-4. Fantastic. And by the way, I hope you know, Poland made it to the top group, and next year is the World Championship in Prague and Ostrava. So Poland will be there. Mm-hmm. Yes, they will be there. They won't win the medal, I'll be honest with you. But if they play well, maybe they can stay in the first group, and it will be great accomplishment for the Poland national team. Anyway, the city like Krakow, you need at least 3-4 more rinks, you know, to let kids go on the ice, and maybe the adults to play some, you know, to pay for it. The adults, they can play, but kids, you need to give them the ice for free. They can get some support from the equipment, and it would be great to have at least one, better 2-3 teams in Krakow, and they can compete against each other.
Ну, скажу честно, я хоккей играл с детства, когда став замерзал, все шли. Я думаю, что вы с этого тоже начинали.
Takže начинали у меня какие-нибудь фотографии еще, когда я был 4, и мой father, мой отец с такой клюшкой такой деревянной, он хочет, я там так, как маленький мальчик, да, начал там. И теперь сложно, потому что winter, зима не так
короткая и не холодная.
Не холодно. So, некоторые холодные, но в этом году не был лед в Чехословакии, в Чех Республике.
Понимаю, но я не знаю, как это изменить, потому что, например, в Польше можно на пальцах обличить, сколько есть хоккейных поль.
Да.
Стадион, так?
Я bych chtěl, já думаю, для Польши, I think for Poland, you are much bigger country. How many? 40 million people?
40. Mm-hmm.
40 million, yeah, we have 10 million people. So, I don't know, 40 million people, it could be, let's say 40 rings will be. For 1 million people, at least one ring. And let's say in small cities like 30,000 people, maybe not. But cities, 50,000 people plus, you should have at least 2 rings. Mm-hmm. And cities like Krakow or Warsaw, you should have much more. And I believe, you know, the people would love it. You have to start. You have to start slowly, maybe, but build the rings. It doesn't have to be the huge arena, but 2-3 rings for the kids, and I guarantee to you, they will love it.
Ну, в Кракове есть стадион, но там, я даже, когда мы ездили туда, видел, как дети с Украины туда ходили. Это просто невозможно. И при этом, что там все расписано уже на год.
Да, расписано год. Здесь в Кракове я думаю, я не знаю краковский регион очень хорошо. Я думаю, здесь 4 ринки, и ты бы мог тренировать минимум. Možno нет, maybe not in the morning in the school days, but In the early morning from 5, I guarantee you, from 5 to 9 will be sold out. And then from 2 up till 12 o'clock evening, you will have sold out rings.
Ну, теперь мы знаем, как предлагать правительству, чтобы они нам помогли. Нужно говорить не то, что с Кракова люди не любят хоккей смотреть. Нужно говорить, что мы вырастим маленьких, и тогда все будут смотреть.
Believe me.
Ну, 100%. Вот эта идея крутая. Скажите, пожалуйста, еще, мистер Доминик, вы сейчас были с паном Романом в Украине, да?
Да.
Что вы увидели за это время?
I spent 6 days in Ukraine.
Просто, sorry, же перебиваю. Просто то есть, кто-то говорит за границей, что война в Украине идет, но украинцы ездят туда-сюда, вот за границу, возвращаются туда.
Да.
То есть как нормально живут.
Нет, они не живут нормально, они they try to live normal life, and some city they live sort of normal life, but remember there are millions and millions on the east side, and they are in the front line, and every day you see the people who are crossing the line coming back, helping their people, you know, with something. But there are millions people living on the east where they are affected by war terribly. Every day dying, not 10, but 100 people, about 100 people and more dying every day. You see, of course, you see people here in the car, yeah, but remember, their brothers, their parents, their kids are over there, and maybe when we talk together, somebody was dying over there. So it's a terrible thing what is going on in Ukraine because of Russia, and I believe, and I hope you believe also, we need to help all Ukraine's people at this time of the war. And there are about 200 Ukrainians in the Czech Republic, and we are helping them also. The kids go to school, their mothers, they start to work. It's not easy, you know, to get the job in the new country. There are great doctors from Ukraine in Czech.
Взрослому тяжело переехать.
Yes, and no, oni nemogou dělat, they cannot be doctors because school in Ukraine is different than school in...
Jak směnit automobil.
So it's a little bit complicated, but our government is very helpful. I see the story that Ukrainians, they try to do their job, they try to find a job, and their kids go to school. So this is the difficult time for everyone, and we have to help Ukrainian people. So I think it's very important for their future, but also for our future.
Ну, сложно даже представить, как будет выглядеть в будущем Украина, потому что вы понимаете, мистер Доминик, что украинцы, которые будут в Чешской Республике на протяжении 5 лет, они уже привыкнут, как и дети. И они потом не захотят.
We don't know. These are the questions, we don't have the answers. I believe most of the Ukrainians, they want to return back to their country, to their cities, but many of them cannot at this time. So we'll see how everything goes. And if they want to become the Czech citizens, we'll see, you know, maybe our government says yes, maybe our government says no. Everything is possible, everything. And I don't want to say this is good or this is wrong, but at this time we must help. This is most important.
И, друзья, наконец хотел бы сказать, что мистер Доминик имеет свой твиттер, на котором он публикует очень много информации и обращается даже к президенту Чешской Республики. Я это тоже заметил. Поэтому, если что, вы можете даже следить обязательно нужно следить за мистером Домиником, потому что он дает очень много полезной информации, которую просто никто из политиков не хочет почти показывать. Почти. Потому что за всеми мы не можем следить. Ну и спасибо, пане Доминику, за то, что были у нас в гостях. Ну и будем в будущем сотрудничать.
Также спасибо.
Спасибо.